Hey guys, it's been a while. If you didn't hear, Bun was recently featured on Steam as part of Steam Next Fest, which gave me a big boost in wishlists and gave me some tangible proof that people are interested in playing. While I didn't get nearly as much direct feedback as I would have liked, I have a bunch of new data to look at and share with you. I also added a new dialogue system that connects to the cutscene system and makes it easy for me to add dialogue in the game. The visibility boost of being featured for Steam Next gave Bun a relatively big spike in wishlists, which has continued to coast a little bit even after the end of the event. With just under 1,000 wishlists, I feel more motivated than ever to spend the next few weeks doing some focused work on Bun, and I haven't made a video in so long I figured it's time to take you along again. The last few months I've been using a new game dev project management tool I found called Codex. It lets you build decks and fill them up with task cards that have specific priority and difficulty levels, and it's been working super well for me, I think because it's just fun to use. So let's get into it. For the final level, I thought back to a super early demo I made for you guys just over a year ago that had kind of an underground Zelda dungeon vibe to it. I think the semi-spooky dark thumbnail for that video is one of the reasons it did so well, so I want to try and recreate that style and have the final level be sort of a moody underground cave level. I'm picturing gliding over chasms, maybe hopping on rocks through a lake of lava, stuff like that. Now that I've designed the first 3 levels sort of freeform in the editor and have a decent sense of scale, I decided I wanted to try and plan out the 4th level by drawing it before I put anything in the editor. I came up with a design with a couple difficult platforming segments and a puzzle based on hitting sets of 4 and 3 switches in the correct order to open up these big blast doors in the ground, which will reveal the final star fragment. I also wanted to add platforms that fall into a deep chasm and platforms that sink slowly into lava if you stand on them for too long, just as variants on the platforming mechanics. Having the unexpected time pressure of suddenly falling platforms should be a good challenge for players that have made it this far. Alright, now that the design is done, I'm going to sit on it for a while and make changes as I come up with them before I turn this into an actual level. I'm also going to check with Jamal if he's up for making another track that's lava themed. Moving on to the next task. I decided the segments of dialogue I've added are a little quiet and awkward, so I wanted to add sound effects to represent the voice of the speaker, even if it's goofy nonsense like Animal Crossing sounds. I saw this video by Blip Sounds and figured this was the perfect method for my dialogue sounds. All I needed to do was record a sound for each letter of the alphabet in each character's voice, and I'll adjust my dialogue script to play the sound of the letter it's typing out. This should give a really amusing Animal Crossing style voice to the NPCs in the game, and I think I can differentiate them enough by doing weird voices and pitch shifting the sound. Of course, as I'm writing this, it's all theoretical so far, so it's time to try it out and see how a voice sounds. Okay, so that was pretty bad, but at least I have the programming done for playing sounds per letter. I definitely overpronounced letters and made the sounds too long and too harsh. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. The next morning, I was looking through some audio assets on kenny.nl for some inspiration and found this digital audio pack that's basically just synthesized sounds. I heard these really brief, warm, kind of digital whomping sounds that I thought might be perfect as a voice, so I decided to download the whole pack and plug the sounds in place of the ones I recorded. Okay, so that didn't sound nearly as good as I thought it would. But I have a new idea to use an even smaller number of sound samples and just record 3 really short tones and let Master Audio vary the pitch and volume randomly. This has the added bonus of working regardless of the language the dialogue is in, which is something I might have to think about at some point if I want to localize the game. I tried exactly that and got some amazing results. So this is going to be the voice of the tutorial boop from now on, and I'll plan on making variants for Elephant and the big boop so they have their own distinct voices. Now that I've learned how I'm going to do the voices, I feel confident enough that I can wrap them up later. I'm going to move on to blocking out the 4th level now since it's going to need lots of playtesting, and I can only do that once I have something to test. blocked up the shapes I drew and added some platforms, and feel like I have a solid start on the new level. I decided to make it lava themed, so I copied my water material and made an emissive red-yellow lava-ish one that's good enough for now. I also whipped up some falling platforms that shake when you stand on them and collapse after a certain amount of time. Adding time pressure to jumps seems like a great evolution for the game mechanics and should be a challenging surprise for unsuspecting players. I think I'm even going to expand these walls further upwards and add some gems as a bonus. And I think that's where I'll end it for this devlog. In the next couple days, I plan on iterating on this level to get it as full and complete as I can, getting those 2 other voices in, and preparing for more like a big boop-related update that the next devlog will be about. Until next time, love you guys, peace.